call the mayor's office to schedule an appointment to sit down and discuss some of our concerns. And let him say no. So then we can say we reached out to him.
He's already said no.
He already said no all the time.
No, wait a minute now. I have already asked him.
In regards to the financial, this right here?
Not this, the others.
Right, but I mean, it's just a letter. It's just a letter. Tracy went out and sitting up there requesting a meeting in regards to the financial plan. Let them say no, so then we can say, we asked. So it shows that we're doing our part. Then it just say, you know, he walks out, he do this, he do that. Ask, put it in writing so he can respond and say no.
Or walk
That's
out.
all I'm saying.
Well, and I don't want to get into, and I try not to get into anything, but every time that we have had a commission meeting, I sit up there in the commission meeting and talk about the recovery plan.
And show him how to.
The time before, I talked about where is the recovery plan. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. It wasn't there. Now that's on record. That's in the minutes. Whenever you wanna know something and whenever FBI, anybody, you know that, somebody wants to know something, they pull the minutes. And if you pull the minutes from the commission, you will hear where Council President Barbara J. Thomas asked about the recovery
And
plan.
so they had.
And
And so did I.
that it got so bad that Hammerhand put a legislation on the table this time. And he missed it again. Because on the 26th it wasn't there.
You don't care.
So what I'm saying, I don't get emotional, I don't get personal. I'm just saying to my vice president that I put it on the record.
But we got to keep, what I'm saying is that they tried to recall him, it wasn't successful. He's the mayor that we got to deal with until things change.
He had to do his due diligence.
Well, I'm gonna recall him
Derelict in his
again, that's the case.
So don't let him
No,
put you,
that's
don't
not-
let him cut your head off.
Talk about that.
Don't cut you off.
We can't deal with that. Let's move on. because
Barbara
it's
Thomas
on-
got a question,
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
The law director saying we need to pass this.
It
We
doesn't
were saying
matter.
we need
You
to
know,
look at
you need to
this.
read.
What are we gonna do?
You're not gonna pass it, you cut your neck off.
I mean, do we need to have a meeting
You all want to meet tomorrow?
tomorrow, we meet Saturday, or what? I mean, what we gonna do?
When is it? The
We could
31st?
meet Monday the 31st, but you're gonna have to meet like
After
11
you
in the
read.
morning.
I can't make 11 o'clock. I'm
You don't
doing
even
something.
know what's in it.
That commission
You better-
meeting's at
you
1:30
better
Got
read
on
some
Monday.
plan. Oh, hell with that.
Take a vote now. Take a vote.
And because he's gonna cut your necks off.
I
and that's
only
what
need
you-
4
you-
votes.
Let me ask King a question.
You should
In
know
your
that.
conversation with Trish and, what's the other young lady's name?
Yeah.
Nita. What was their recommendation on the plan? Had they reviewed it as well?
They had reviewed the plan, they sent it back for these changes. Right? And the thing is, why I called them is because the plan came out, I forgot when he initially sent it out,
The
last
Saturday.
And I had not gotten a call from the council president, president of finance. I hadn't seen an email from Nita or Tish as to any direction on it.
It wasn't
So-
available. They weren't available.
Well, the thing is, you could have set up a meeting so that we could talk about it, but there was nothing
Why would I talk about it
correspondence.
if I don't have a plan?
Right.
But you had this Saturday.
No, I didn't.
Okay, it came across the wire Saturday. Okay, I'm sorry you didn't get it Saturday, but I called them because because it's Thursday and I hadn't heard from them. So I called them to see if they
No.
saw
Why
it.
didn't you call the chair?
Yeah, why ain't you?
Why didn't you call the chair?
Right.
I called
Mm.
Nita and Tish.
Lord have mercy.
You called
Nita
everybody
and
but
Tish
you.
to see if they saw it and to ask their opinion on it, right? So Tish calls me back and she says, yes, we saw it. We recommended the changes and we approve of the document. Oh, by the way, council, you need, as a council, to get this thing passed by Monday, right? She said, I'm gonna call Hannah and see
Nobody
when the
called me.
deadline is, because the deadline had already
I'm
passed.
still saying.
She said if it's not
can't-
passed, they're not gonna hear it.
I'm still saying, there's no one called the president, no one called the chair of finance, and I asked what was going on, and I placed several calls to Tish, placed several calls to Anita, no response. And I kept telling you that they were not calling me back. What was the problem? I'm talking about you.
With all,
When I
with
told
all due respect,
John.
those two are the accountants. Those are the financial
So,
experts. So I could call you and ask you about medicine, but you just say, well,
no.
I'm not
You
a
know,
doctor.
if
I
you.
call them because they are the ones who, and if they say,
No, you
Brandon,
gotta
we
go
looked at
They
it.
don't
No,
run
you
the
can't.
city. You the elected officials in the
I'm
city.
gonna go ahead and get some water and some fresh air, man, because I can't understand y'all. I can't understand you. I gotta go get some fresh
You
air.
don't let your,
I'm gonna call you to ask you about open heart surgery.
you don't
Hey,
let
call
no
me.
one else usurp your authority. You have the
Papa
authority.
O'Mays,
bro.
take the training wheels off, Papa O'Mays.
I'll be available at any time you
Jesus.
guys want to.
Jesus here?
No. Get called.
Well, I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm gonna say this one more time. Each person on this council has a responsibility as a chair of a committee.
Yep.
I have the responsibility as the chair of the finance committee. And when I call to get information, I expect to get it. I expect my colleagues to ask what's going, when are you gonna have a finance meeting? What is going on with the finance? Every time I'm up here and I go to a meeting, I report on my finance. If I call Tish and I call Anita, who are the people, and they don't return my call, then I go to Director Johnson, who is the director of the finance department, and he's still waiting for information from Tish and Nita, and I don't get it, then it's incumbent upon my colleagues here to call me and ask me what is going on. That's what it's incumbent upon.
But anytime you guys wanna meet Saturday night, do go to church on Sunday.
I mean,
But,
no, and I'm not about
Monday
being on
morning,
Saturday.
I will submit it to, the corporate council, and this can be attachment A. And whenever you guys want to call a meeting, then you can consider it before Monday at 1.
Okay, now each one of you all colleagues, speak up. Since we done had a demonstration
Excuse
from,
me, Madam Chairman.
colleague
You don't
King.
let no one else usurp your authority. You the legislative branch. You call a meeting, whatever you want to meet, not when somebody else call a meeting for
And
you.
I'll be
You
there.
the council. You're a branch of government. Stand up and
And not
be
only
there.
that, she
We
begged.
need 4 votes for an emergency, we can still do it on Monday if you have 4 people to come and, or you know.
Well,
So let me ask you a question. Let's give Martin and Marcel and us, do you feel confident you have enough time to review it? Or do you
I
need to
can review it, I can review it, over the weekend. I think we should have a meeting. They say they wanna meet Monday? What did you say?
Yeah.
It's
Monday?
at 1:30 on Monday.
let's-
If you
why
do it at 1 on Monday, it will be done and we can present it at the meeting on Monday at 1:30.
I can't do it today, because I'm in some training.
That's a shame.
I
But
only
I'm
need
willing-
4 votes.
Because Barbara Thomas, council president and finance chair, I'm willing to meet on a Saturday because I think this is very important. Okay.
But he
So
didn't think it was
well,
important, so why you gonna break your neck? You're trying to-
What happens in these situations is we always look like the bad guy. in the
No, I'm
situation.
not even thinking about, pardon me, I'm not even
It ain't
thinking
that
about
simple.
who looks like a bad guy.
Okay.
You're always a bad guy, whether you're right or whether you're
Yeah.
wrong. So
Right.
the decision is made and that's it. I don't give a darn how I look.
I know.
I'm not begging anybody to tell me or get personal with me. All I'm saying is that
Do you?
if you, I'm asking you all, if you want to meet on a Saturday, then let us know what time you can meet. If you can meet on a Monday, let us know what time. But I'm not going into the commission meeting not having a full understanding of what is going on. And I don't give a darn who called Tish, who called Anita. We are the ones that have to look at this
Thank you.
and see what's going
Thank you.
on.
Thank
So
you.
if you wanna do it, and from now on, I would appreciate if I wanna know who's gonna have a personnel committee meeting, I call that chair. when I wanna know who's gonna have his contracts and property, I call the chair. I talk to the administration person and I talk to you, Mr. King. And I ask you, when you gonna have one? I don't know when I'm gonna have it. I'm going to Vegas, I'm going to do something. So, you know, I mean, it seems like you ain't got to on what?
Go back now.
Okay?
Point of order, I think by charter, if I'm not mistaken, we could call one less than 24 hours. We do have all the councilors here, we might be able to do it tomorrow.
I can do it tomorrow,
I
anytime
don't
after
see why you
12.
got to jump through this.
Anytime after
All
12.
this
We
time.
could do it
You
for
took now and said
charter.
you're going
less
to
You
than
hear that,
24
Barbara?
hour notice.
Maybe tomorrow, anytime after 12.
We can't do it
Okay, tomorrow.
Oh, wait a minute, y'all just can't jump in on my calendar, on my stuff, and say this is what we
No,
gonna,
we
we
can't, I'm
wanna
sorry,
do.
you're right, you're busy, Mom,
No.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I got
What
things
about my
that,
calendar?
Yeah,
Now,
she's got a full schedule.
every time my colleagues have a meeting, I'm there. So, I'm
You
saying
can't.
to you,
I just remembered, I'm sorry.
if we got, tomorrow you going to the meeting.
Saturday at 10:30.
Let's do it Saturday at 10, 10 o'clock.
Saturday at 10.
Got to do this
Saturday at
special
10.
when you
Let's
can't
get
do
this
all
done.
that.
I don't want,
Okay, now how many gonna be there at
I'll
10
be
on
there.
Saturday?
I can be there.
I'll be there.
You
Man,
ain't
say
going to Las Vegas?
No, I wish. I
Oh,
wish.
you know, do that because.
Okay,
So,
Saturday at
Saturday
10,
at 10?
10 o'clock, all right, 10 o'clock,
All right.
all right.
I charge the clerk with making reminder calls.
Right,
All right,
please, please
reminder
do that.
calls.
On Saturday.
All right, thank you.
And they know, and I'm gonna make this very plain.
That's
I don't think
That's
it's
why
like
you-
it's the
that's why
clerk's
you-
responsibility
you
to call
relegate to
somebody
the
at
father.
8 or 7
He don't
at
even respect
night.
Okay, this is the kind of
Because you don't
different kind
have
of
no power.
situation, Barbara.
Y'all better have
Okay.
some.
My house won't get dusted again.
Mine got clean, girl.
Cautioning
Okay.
my colleagues to look at this document by the
Ma'am.
time Saturday rolls in. Just saying, this is not a moment of leisure.
Let me ask the
Please
question.
look at this
Who
document.
else, and I want you to raise your hand, I want you to raise your hand, who else besides the council president, the chair of finance, is on the finance committee? You're on the finance committee? There's one more. You're on the finance. Okay, get busy,
Right, look at it.
get busy.
You know, and I'm kind of, I know we need to move on to our other stuff, but it's kind of amazing that they wouldn't contact you or wouldn't contact them. There's only 5 of us. This kind of stuff is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
No, it's
It
ridiculous.
really
You
is.
guys don't sit up here
Yeah.
and deal with it. I wouldn't deal with nothing. I said, you got it the last.
All right,
I'm not doing
okay.
it.
Because we gotta get to our next meeting.
Okay, guys.
No, you gotta get to us, so we can
Pardon
sit up here
me.
with all this mess.
Pardon me, I think we had,
Bunch of good kids up here.
a fiery discussion.
That's all it is.
I think we've had a discussion, and people had opinions, which is good. I think it's good. So if you, rather than jumping up wanting to fight, I think a heated discussion is good.
Can
Alright.
we move to the public?
And we don't take it personal. Put your hand down, Mr. King. Okay, moving right along, let's go to the remarks of the public.
I make a motion if we don't, no.
You want me to jump over there?
I make a motion that we do.
We don't take as much time you took.
Terry ain't told free, quiet, I'm talking. Terry ain't told free, 145 11 Terrace Road, East Cleveland, Ohio. To be blunt, since you brought him up, I don't know how many times GPAC, the Grassroots Political Action Committee, the Carl Stokes Brigade have had to go down to Rockefeller Building and picket Mr. George Forbes over something because he was out of order from our point of view when it came to we the people. That's what I'm gonna say about Mr. Forbes. Putting him on our commission to me is like saying, okay, University Circle Inc., you can be one of our committee members. University Circle Inc. is white supremacy. Want to run over this committee just like I told a former councilman when the brother was fixing my steps, Mr. Barnes, and he says to me, former Councilman Barnes, well, in 5 years, this. I said, you might be right, Mr. Barnes, former council person. But I'm not prepared to roll over and play dead for white supremacy, Negroville, and I'm being nice, and what have you. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared to get nothing for my 1922 house, which my aunt and uncle decided to move to East Cleveland, Ohio, and leave Glenville. I'm pretty sure it probably was my aunt that chose that 1922 house. It's not worth a couple of $1 million. But I had the man who, by the way, is a businessman in East Cleveland, Ohio, lives in East Cleveland, Ohio. I'm not prepared to roll over and play dead. But if these snakes want to come in, I'm prepared to get out the sharpest knife I got. Thank you. Without cutting anybody for real. Politically speaking.
Barbara?
I
You
am.
got to redo it. I'm sitting
I
right here.
didn't even start yet.
You can give him 7 minutes.
He done had that.
Let me just say this, unequivocally and emphatically.
I see right through.
To the law director, first of all, is your law director. She's not the law director for Gary Norton.
Yes.
She's not his personal law director. She's the law director for the city. And then when she sit up here and tell you that she can't a conflict of interest, there's a conflict of interest when you sit here and don't represent this council, or you don't represent the court, you don't represent administration. That is the conflict of interest. Your job is to represent the city and the council. That's your job. And I don't care who brings a lawsuit, it is your responsibility to represent the city. We've been there before. And when we threatened the law director that you will represent us or you will get out of here. So I'm saying, and I know you need your job, Mrs. Hemmons, I love you dearly, but don't let no one cause you to lose your license.
She already
Word
did.
God.
Please, I'm talking. Please don't let nobody lose your license. Your job is to represent the city. You're the law director for this city. And then when this council sit here like little children, he already relegated you to a darn department. And then you jumping in there doing it. He took his time and now he gonna give you a plan and you jumping here like you got fire under your behind. Jumping, oh, we must do this. You ain't must do nothing. He did it all this time and he didn't do it. So now you gave it to the last minute. They want you to jump up and pass something and have it out ready. And how it's going to impact the city. He's doing this, position this city where you become disgusted and say, we have annexation. And you sit up here eating it up. And then he's going to have all of you. The FBI is already in here. They're going to be looking at all of you. Now you better take time and read. Your job is to legislate. He can't force you to do anything. You legislate it. You passed the order you didn't accept.
Oh my goodness.
When you became with the annexation. You did your due diligence. You don't have to go back and listen to this bull crap and then you got another talking about a mandamus. He can't force you. Did your job. And they told you down at the Board of Election and the prosecutor said back in your court, you acted. So he can't force you to do something you won't do. He will have the FBI investigate you. All of your behinds will be in jail. You better stop and think. I've been there and done that.
Time up.
I know what the darn FBI's will do. They may be time you involved in
Time
this,
is up.
or what have you.
Time is up. His time is up.
I wish you shut up over there.
I mean, your time is up. Your time is up.
Your time been up.
Your time
But
is up
anyway,
now.
As I was saying before, I was so interrupted by
Your time is up.
old bald head over there.
Your time is up.
I wish you shut up, man.
I said your time is up. There's people waiting in
Let
line.
me finish.
You're not. Your time is up. You don't run this place.
As I was
Your
saying,
time is up. There's somebody waiting in line to talk.
Somebody who didn't ask the law director to go field.
As I was saying,
Somebody's waiting in line to talk right now.
and
There's somebody waiting in line to talk.
this mayor had waited almost a year with
I
this
thought his
plan.
time was up.
And then you go sit up here talking about that, you making special time to meet.
I thought his time was up.
Consider something that you.
How long does he get to
waited
talk?
all this time, and then you're gonna allow the board or somebody else to tell you now you got to jump through loop to loop. You must have it in such and such a time.
His time is
You're telling
up.
them to go fly a kite.
Okay.
He's still going.
Their only responsibility.
He's still going.
More than your time.
I know I was interrupted with this old man sitting over here. But you do have something to do with it. You tell me to be quiet. Why don't you tell him to shut his mouth and be quiet? Well, he was speaking out.
You're still talking.
I'm just trying to keep you from going to jail.
You're still talking.
And then
He's
you're going to
still talking.
go mess it here to penalize the people.
He's still talking.
All this mess. I wish you shut up.
You won't stop talking. Shut up.
No, you why don't you tell him to shut up?
You need to shut up sometimes.
Tell him. You're afraid of him?
Dr. O'Mays, you need to stop. You need to calm
shut
down.
up.
Yes, ma'am. And I just really want y'all to look at the paperwork that's been passed to y'all. It might look like it's one thing, and it just might be another. Even if you read over it, he got somebody on his corner can change things right in front of y'all face, and y'all don't even know that she's going to do it. She just as crooked as he is. And y'all need to keep your eyes open, because they do switch. They'll say one thing and put a little code down there for a signal. And that little code for a signal mean that this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. But they ain't going to see it. We ain't going to see it. But it's going to be done behind closed door. Don't sell out. It ain't no time to sell out to y'all city. And this is what this plan is about. Selling out to the city. They love to do little things behind closed doors. That's why we is in the wreck that we already in. This little thing needs to be broken up. She don't need to be in office if she's not going to represent you or represent me. I can't even come to the woman for any advice because she got somebody telling her, if you say anything, you might lose your what? Job. So you is in a jacked up situation. I mean, real jacked up. And then you scared to go home.
Stand on her principle, that's all.
You gotta make phone calls and get letters. Something is wrong here. You got a job to do, and you need to do your job. Not only for us, but do it for them, because they need your help today. And if you take sides, it's now you bargain because you need something to be signed. Because you scared of Mr. Mayor. What he gonna say? You know, even with the plan. So, I mean, y'all shouldn't have to take y'all time out to do anything when it's not on time. Somebody should be sitting at that end or sitting down here waiting to give you what you need. And it's sad that y'all have to come together at the last moment to do something and read something that you might jack up the whole city with. Be careful. Little things destroy the vine. These little foxes, little ants, keep eating at something. It's going to destroy the vine. And that's what is going on. Our vine on the outside of our community is destroyed by the lack of knowledge. Time is up, Miss.
My bell did not ring.
She didn't have it on. It's up.
But I'm just saying, be careful for something or you're going to fall for anything.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, everybody has had their say, all the rest. And we are now at the end. And we will come to the end and adjourn. Second?
What happened?
We'll go right into agenda review. This one's no brainer, we just put down whatever's gonna be after Tuesday's meeting.
Which is